everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Lady Photo. I know it's been a while, so sorry. It's just been so busy with life, and so I'm gonna try to keep things super simple. But I just wanted to come on here and say hello and thank you to our new members. We have a lot of subscribers that just joined, and I thought I should do a video to reintroduce myself and to tell you to give an update of my first video, which is You Can Have the Body You Deserve, which is the video that is the most watched on my channel. And so I want to give you an update of what happened, and so much has happened since. And basically, what I'm going to talk to is about what you can achieve when you believe, when you put in the work, under right guidance, and you're consistent. Like, literally, your life can change. So where to begin? So I'm not going to go back and tell you like my whole journey. I'm just building up from my previous video that I did 2 years ago during the pandemic. So I'm going to put it in the show notes so you can go check it out. So basically, I have a whole series about doing my first bodybuilding competition in figure at a regional, which I won the overall title, which was such a surprise for me from where I started, basically being 200 pounds over twice in my life, once when I was not pregnant and once when I was pregnant. So so basically, like, guys, you can definitely do this. I'm not anyone special. I'm just somebody who's consistent, who's believed. And it did basically a lot of inner work. So in addition to that, what has happened since is, my gosh, like, I just can't believe that my life completely like changed. For the best, of course. It just shows to you what happens when you get off your comfort zone. You do something once you thought that wasn't possible. You think that you didn't have. I thought that I wasn't disciplined. So when you like break down this disbelief and you borrow and start to believe new beliefs about yourself, it's amazing how the world just opens up. And fast forward to today, I'll tell you what happened. Fast forward to today, not only did I complete my first competition, I did a second one, and I've been on Fitness Magazine this year, not only one, but twice. And I just couldn't believe that that happened. And that was something that I wanted, that I had written in one of my goals I wanted to do. And I wasn't really sure it was going to happen, but it did. And I'm still like in shock. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was in a Fitness Magazine. And I was, in 2023, I made the 100 Hot and Fit in the Insider Fitness Magazine. Every January, they have the countdown for 100 Hot and Fit in Canada. And your girl, Lady Flo made it. And then I made a second magazine for the issue of March, April, and that was the Shape magazine. No, Strong Fitness magazine, and I have a whole spread for a woman to watch, and I was like, whoa. So anyhow, this is what has happened so far, and I also want to talk to you about the competition I did not do and what happened to my last competition. So after I won the overall, I did my second competition. I was prepping, like I was saying, I had a lot of changes in my life. Got a new career, new job, so all that stress that comes with it, and I'm traveling that I'm not used to, and everything. And basically, I was stressed. I was not sleeping well. I was not recovering. And then my body basically shut down and I had to stop my prep. And I basically felt like a failure. And I talk about that in the video. It's called overtraining and when to pull the plug on prep. And this is true. And sometimes you have to do what's best for you as much as must be, it could be hard, but sometimes saying no or not now is the best thing you can do. And I'm so glad I did that. So after that, I switched it up. It made me look at things a bit differently, and I had to reevaluate where I stood, what I wanted to do. And I decided that I still competing was still something that I wanted to do. It was still, I enjoyed the process and it was important for me to do. And that's what I want to do in my next prep, to show my body, show myself that I can do it, even if I have this new career that I have, that I can still do it. And I did. And I got a new coach. And then I had shared with her initially that I was always wanting to do wellness, but I was guided to more figure because at that time, when I won the competition, the federation didn't have a wellness division. So it was just easier for me to go to figure. But then 2 years after that, the wellness, which is a division where it's more lower body dominant, started. And because I already had competing figure and I did well, and the posing is different, the suit is different, I just wanted to keep on and see how far I can take it in the figure category. And I knew because I'm a natural athlete that at one point I will max it up. And then my plan was like, okay, well, then I'll just go and do wellness. That was the plan. Well. So the prep was a difficult prep because I just have to figure a lot of logistics and planning. And while I was traveling, the things I did, crazy sacrifice, crazy things. But we got, I did it. I did the competition, the King Kong Classic, Natural Classic. It was at the end of November, which was the last amateur regional body competition of the year in 2020. And beknownst to me, it ended up being the biggest in history in the regional competition in Canada. They had that weekend, they had more than 400 athletes. My gosh, it was so overwhelming. I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. It was such big competition. Anywho, I went and I prepped well. I had a nice suit. I had a posing coach this time. And I did not place well. Actually, I sort of finished last or almost last. But, it's a big show and whatnot. But I think what happened is that it was obvious because a lot of people, when I would run into them, it was like, oh, are you doing wellness? I'm like, no, I'm a figure athlete. I was like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. Just to say that, yeah. And the feedback that I got from the critique from the judge were that for the figure division, which is the X factor that they're looking for, if I want to say that, they asked me to continue building on my shoulders and that they love my tiny waist. However, I needed to slim down my legs and my glutes, basically my lower body, as a figure athlete, right? Which is already a very muscular division. And I was like, what? No way. To me, I took it as a sign, you know what? I think it's time for me to move on and do wellness, which people who know me knows it's I always admire athletes who had strong lower body, strong legs, something that I'm drawn to. And when you decide which division you want to do, you have to keep in mind that when you first start, if you keep on training, people don't realize I don't only train when I'm doing competition. I'm just revealing the body that I built. But even during my off season, which is my improving season, I'm always training. So imagine me training consistently over since is it? Yeah, over guidance for the last 5 years now. So my physique, my body, my shape is going to change. And so I think it's probably because I hadn't compete, like I stopped commercially my second prep. And then when I did my third prep for my second competition, then that's when I started to see that my body, my shape had changed, and my lower body was definitely more dominant. And when you're looking at yourself with the critical eye of a figure athlete, it's difficult because there's things that about your body where you're supposed to be. It's hard not to say that I had a poor image of my body image. It's just because it was a nuance to have your lower body or your glutes bigger than your back. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? So yeah. So if I want to continue to do figure, I would have to build my upper body to match my lower body. And you have to consider, how does that look off season? Because me, I don't stay stage lean. Your girl gets a little bit thick during the off season. And in fact, when I was like, I go dancing, doing some salsa stuff, and people would come up to me. I was like, oh my God, are you do you do CrossFit? Or I was like, no. To me, it was funny because I never really saw myself that way, but people thought that I did CrossFit already. So imagine if I have to put more muscle on my frame from where I'm already are, I'm going to be walking like a linebacker during my off season, just so I can match my lower body, just because that's the way that I'm built, right? And I was going to have to be like 1 year without competing. So basically, I didn't want to do that. And you have to think about that for yourself too when you want to compete, not just what's the physique that you want to achieve, but what does that entail in off season or building season or improving season? And yeah, so you have to think about when you're deciding which category to compete, to consider your off season physique, and are you going to be happy with that? And for me, to continue to grow in the figure division for where it is now, having off season when I look like a linebacker was not an option I wanted to do. So yeah. So basically, I'll just say that based on something I always wanted to do, also with the judge feedback, I've decided to do a wellness, my first wellness competition. I'm very excited, and I may do like a little series. If so, let me know in the comments and stuff, and basically give you the insight from figure transitioning to wellness. And I've been doing a lot of study because I'm very passionate about this. So I can't wait to share with you some insights, because things like, not only is the physique different, where it's lower dominance and focus on the quads, not the quads, sorry, basically the whole legs, right? And basically they have to be balanced there, and your glutes, and also you need the shoulders and stuff, and the posing, which something completely different than figure. So yeah, so lots of things to share with y'all, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'll try to do the Zoom stuff and then unload it. It'll be easier for me than having to do a lot more editing so I can get things to you. So hopefully you enjoy. If you did me a favor, like if you really listen to the whole video, give it a like, do a comment, tell me what you like, what you're looking forward to hear about, and also share it with someone, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time of your day to listen to me. I'm going to go and do my workout. All right, take care. And remember, learn to know yourself. Bye-bye.